Hi there, my name's Colin and this is the Action Figure Resource video channel, the place for all your action figure news, reviews, tutorials and guides. Today I'm going to be taking a look at 10 of the coolest action figures ever released. Please note that these are not the top 10 rarest or the top 10 most expensive, because there are other lists for those. But these are my choice of top 10 coolest action figures ever. But before we start, don't forget to support this channel by subscribing below, smashing the like button and clicking the bell icon to be informed of all my future videos. When you click on the bell icon, make sure you select all from the drop down menu so that you receive notifications every time I upload a new video.
ActionFigureResource.com. Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.
Okay, so let's get started. At number 10, I have the Storm Shadow Cobra Ninja figure, released in 1984 by Hasbro as part of the G.I. Joe, a real American hero line. Storm Shadow can trace his family history through 30 generations of assassins. He can scale sheer walls with his bare hands and feet, move with blinding speed and endure unspeakable hardship and pain. He's a qualified expert with the longbow, samurai sword, throwing stars, nunchaku and an 8th degree black belt in 5 martial arts. This is a classic figure. He came with a backpack with removable swords and a bow and arrow that set the tone and standard for great accessories at such a small scale. The minute this figure was released in 1984, it became an icon, and it remains an icon with a reputation it certainly deserves. By the end of this list, you may well wonder why there are so many 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe figures on it. This is because they deserve to be here. In a time when 5 points of articulation was the standard for almost all toy lines, Hasbro shattered the status quo with their G.I. Joe figures. They had the most innovative and intriguing character designs and origins that still hold up to this day, not to mention superb articulation. The value of this figure at the time of making this video was $2,774. Next, at number 9, we have the Mego Spider-Man figure, released in 1974 as part of the world's greatest superheroes line. Spider-Man made his debut for Mego in the fall of 1973. The Marvel characters being hastily acquired by Mego after the DC-only launch of its first 4 world's greatest superhero figures. This second wave of characters included Tarzan and Captain America, as well as Spider-Man. Spider-Man was easily the best and most popular world's greatest superhero figure of all time, and only his Marvel cohort, the Hulk, could give him a run for his money in terms of popularity. This Spidey figure was produced from 1973 to 1982 and held the rare distinction of being the only Marvel hero to appear in every Mego superhero line produced. The 8-inch Mego Spider-Man figure featured Mego's typical articulation and their signature cloth costume. Of the 70s Mego figures, this one in particular stood out as the iconic symbol of the line and of the era. This is valued at $1,000. Next, at number 8, we have the Batman Hush figure, released in 2004 by DC Direct. This was the title character in a line of action figures based on the best-selling Batman story arc Hush. Designed by artist Jim Lee and sculpted by Tim Bruckner, this figure captures the gritty essence of Gotham's hero and came with interchangeable hands and a grappling hook. Many fans and collectors regard this figure as the best Batman figure rendering of all time and is valued at $30. Number 7 is the Deadpool figure released in 2004 in the Toy Biz Marvel Legends line. This Deadpool Marvel Legends figure is highly regarded as one of the best Marvel Legends figures ever released by collectors and fans. Classified as an ultra posable figure with its over 30 points of articulation, this particular offering came with a veritable arsenal of weapons and accessories, including his sidekick Duke and unchangeable heads of the masked and unmasked Wade Wilson, and a bonus Deadpool number 4 comic book. From the rare Series 6 figure along with Juggernaut, this Deadpool may be one of the most sought after and expensive Marvel Legend figures, but he's absolutely worth it. His value currently on eBay is around the $240 mark. And number 6, we have the Sartan figure, which was released in 1984 as part of Hasbro's G.I. Joe, a real American hero line of figures. Sartan was released as part of the 3rd series in 1984 and was packaged exclusively with the Carmelian Swamp Skier. He had an iconic character design, plus his skin turned blue. He also had removable masks and a backpack to hold them in. He was also sold in 1984 but was discontinued domestically in 1986. His value ranges from $300 to $900 depending on whether he's mint on the card or loose. Before I get into the top 5, I have a small favour to ask of you. If you want to support this channel so that I can continue making videos like this, please consider becoming an AFR member. For less than $2 a month, you will get access to a database of more than 60,000 action figures, given information on their release dates, accessories, rarity, and historical values. There are also hundreds of tutorials, guides, checklists, and exclusive videos for you. To learn how to become a member and get free access for 1 week, please see the link here or in the description box below. At number 5, we have the removable helmet Darth Vader figure released by Kenner in 1997 as part of the Power of the Force line. This version of Darth Vader was one of the most requested figures by fans that people asked Kenner to produce. 3 years after the Power of the Force 2 line started, this Vader figure appeared in toy aisles in the spring of 1998. Unlike the film version, Vader's helmet only comes off in one piece. But at the time, I, along with many other fans, felt that this was just one of the coolest ever figures of Darth Vader to be released. This figure also shows him sporting his pre-2004 bushy eyebrows, which were digitally removed with the re-release of the films on DVD in 2004. Also, his right hand was removable to reenact Luke's violent retribution against his dad for considering to subvert Leia to the dark side. In actuality, the figure wasn't really new, just updated. He uses the same body as the Darth Vader figure produced in 1995. A little added extra was that he had a swivel elbow joint on his right arm. This was the Vader figure that every fanboy had always wanted to see, depicting the unmasking of Vader from the Return of the Jedi movie. This is currently valued at about $70 on eBay. Number 4 is Optimus Prime from the Transformers Generation 1, released by Hasbro in 1984. According to the Transformers wiki page, since 1984, the Generation Optimus Prime has received the largest number of toys for any single Transformer character, which is a testament to the character's enduring popularity and status as a hero to many fans. When we're discussing the Generation figures, and particularly Optimus Prime, there are two different figures we need to take into consideration. The first one was the original Japanese Optimus Prime that was released as part of the Diaclone series in Japan and wasn't part of the Hasbro American line of figures. However, some of the very first issues of Optimus Prime in the States by Hasbro were leftover stock from the Diaclone line and can be recognised by metal plates in the trailer where there are usually stickers. Also, the weapons were somewhat bloated when compared to the standard issue Optimus Prime, and roller colour would be either a light blue or grey instead of the standard purple. Then there's the original US Optimus Prime, which is the mail-in Pepsi box variant. The Pepsi and mail-in box variants were just that, box variants. The figures are all similar. This Optimus Prime sells for between $300 and $1,000. At number 3, we have the classic Skeletal figure from the original vintage 1982 Mattel Masters of the Universe line. Skeletal was one of the most iconic villains of the 1980s. A hero is only as good as his worst villain, but there were none other cooler or scarier than Skeletor at the time, although the Filmation cartoon made him out to be a little less scary than anyone would have thought picking up the action figure. The yellow and blue colour scheme combined with the criminally simple skeletal face created a powerful and iconic figure that still rules to this day. The value of this figure on eBay ranges from $300 to as high as $1,700 mint on the card. Number 2 is another all-time classic and fan favourite, and that's the Boba Fett figure released in 1979 by Kenner as part of the Star Wars line. In 1979, Kenner looked to release a figure that hadn't even appeared on the screen yet, the bounty hunter Boba Fett. Fett made his original appearance in the 1980s The Empire Strikes Back, but there was a promotional offer of the action figure in 1979, where you could send in some proofs of purchase and get a rocket-firing Boba Fett in the mail. However, production of these figures was delayed when it was found that the rocket Fett fired could become a choking hazard if swallowed by children. In any event, the Boba Fett was finally released as part of the 21 back collection in 1979, but without the firing backpack rocket. As a matter of interest, the prototype rocket-firing Boba Fett figures are some of the rarest and most expensive action figures ever released and sell for around the £35,000 price at auction. There were two types of prototypes made. The first had a J-lock mechanism that didn't pass quality control, so it was replaced with an L-lock mechanism. However, as already mentioned, due to safety concerns, it was never released in the end. so both of these prototypes have become extremely rare and expensive. These were rough, unpainted versions and are among the rarest action figures ever made. At the time of making this video, the most expensive of these sold for £38,000 at auction in the UK. And with the release of the final movies in the Star Wars universe, these prices are sure to continue rising in the future. So, what do you think should be the #1 coolest action figure ever? My #1 choice is the version 2 Snake Eyes, released in 1985 by Hasbro as part of the G.I. Joe A Real American Hero line. He was one of the original and most popular members of the G.I. Joe team, and is most known for his relationship with Scarlet and Storm Shadow. Snake Eyes is one of the most prominent characters in the G.I. Joe A Real American Hero franchise, having appeared in every series of the franchise since its inception. The Snake Eyes version 2 was first released as part of the 4th series in 1985. He was also available in 1986 and was discontinued in 1987. The current value on eBay for this figure, mint on the card, is $966. Let me know what your top 10 coolest action figures ever are in the comments below. Or who do you think should be #1 of the list? If you're looking for carded or loose action figures, see the link in the description box for the AFR Vintage Action Figures store. Here you'll get great prices, monthly sales, special offers, worldwide delivery, and a superb customer loyalty program. Don't forget to support this channel by subscribing below, smashing that like button, and clicking on the bell icon in order to be notified whenever I release a new video. Don't forget to select all on the drop down menu to be notified.
actionfigureresource.com. Yesterday's toys, today's treasures.